The police finally caught the lady on the plane, and we now have the full story on what happened. Guys, make sure to click the plus sign. I'm gonna have more on this. Sound up in the comments. Tell me what you think. I just want to jump in and give you all the details. Here we go. And your girl was right. Your girl called it. She is from the Dallas area, and as we told you guys, her name is Tiffany Gomez, and she's in marketing. Take a listen. This is from the airline. The airline says the flight was met at the gate by local law enforcement and the customer was removed from the flight. Safety and security are our top priorities, and we thank our customers for their understanding and our team members for their professionalism in managing a difficult situation. And then according to the Post, which reviewed police documents about the incident, Gomez, 38, was allegedly unwilling to leave the flight despite her rant and had to be removed by staff. The police documents also describe the issue that reportedly sparked Gomez's tirade, with the New York Times, or the New York Post, reporting that Gomez had allegedly gotten into an argument with family members that she was traveling with over a pair of missing AirPods. According to the outlet, Gomez accused her relatives of stealing her AirPods. Hold on, y'all, it gets better. Here we go. It says the female then started claiming the aircraft was not safe and did not want the aircraft to leave due to her believing it would not make it to its destination. The 2nd July complaint states, adding that flight attendants then felt the aircraft needed to be rescreened. The other passengers aboard the flight were then forced to exit the plane so that they could be screened through security again. Paperwork also reported states that Gomez was distraught by the time officers arrived at the gate and was attempting to board the plane again. She then reportedly refused to speak to the Dallas-Fort Worth Department of Public Safety Police. And it says Gomez was reportedly given a verbal criminal trespass notice by the airline manager and told that she was denied boarding and needed to depart the secured area, according to the documents reviewed by the outlet. However, Gomez continued to try to come back through TSA screening and into the boarding area multiple times, the document states, noting that she was eventually left sitting on the curb of the terminal where she was awaiting an Uber. And it says the complaint allegedly states that Gomez was never formally arrested or taken into custody. The outlet reports that the 38-year-old Oklahoma State University graduate, I lived in Oklahoma City for a long time, previously served as vice president of client services for Elevate Brand Marketing. I told y'all I've worked with them, and lives in a $2 million home in Lakewood neighborhood of Dallas. Guys, if you don't know, Lakewood is like one of the richest areas in Dallas. It's where like all the pro ballers, pro athletes, and celebrities. Okay, so we now know who she was upset by, but why did she say that her family member wasn't real? So it wasn't a shapeshifter, or was her family the shapeshifter? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm gonna have more on this. Sound up in the comments, click the plus sign. I'm not.
Let's talk about the top stories from the conspiracy subreddit today. So of course we still have people questioning the validity of how the Maui fire started. Apparently more and more people that are in Maui are coming out saying that police were deliberately blocking cars in. Pause and read this post right here. Just pause and read it. I'm not even gonna say how I feel, just pause and read it. To be honest, it kind of freaked me out, but just pause and read it and tell me what you think. Apparently today they accidentally posted something that was meant for President Biden on the wrong account, just in case you needed more proof that nothing you read is real. More questions about the validity of the Maui fire. Of course, he has something to say. Bringing up the lasers that were over Hawaii in February. Again, the wrong post on the wrong account. Some of the stuff is so crazy that it's happening. It feels like we live in like an alternate universe. Oh, so apparently a book came out that literally chronicled exactly what was going to happen in Maui. It came out on 8/8, and it chronicled everything that's going to happen in Maui and how it's being blamed on climate change. If you know, you know with this guy. And of course, more C-word stuff. I can't even talk about this on here. But, yeah, it's pretty obvious how they feel on the conspiracy page. Again, more people coming out saying the police intentionally blocked cars in. And we've totally forgotten, but this is also happening in Canada as well. I'm going to read up more on this story right here. I find it very interesting and I want to know more. And apparently a climate clock was activated today, so yay. Every day just feels more unreal and unreal. What do you guys think is going to happen tomorrow? And what do you guys think about the whole Maui thing? Oh my god, and how could I forget about the alien story from Peru? Let me know what y'all think.
It can't be like this.
It is this way, man. I'm sorry I exposed you to it, but it is. It's ugly, but it's necessary.
Let me
tell you something. Look, and this might fuck a lot of people up in the head. It fucked me up in the head, but I'm very strapped up, very. Let me ask you a question. Do you really think we are exposing the elites? Do you really think we are exposing the Illuminati, the elites, the CIA, FBI? Do you really think we exposing them? Let me ask you guys that question.
So we definitely not. And for 2023 is a year in where we're gonna see everything they have been planning. Legit, my TikTokers, there's no way in hell you're gonna tell me that Kanye West, the Jeffrey, the other one that exposed, this one that exposed, and everything that falls in step. Do you really think we're exposing them? No, we're not. We're not exposing them. They want this to happen. You really think the government can't shut down TikTok? They could shut that shit down by a snap, by a blink of an eye, B. I want y'all to know that 2023 is about to be fucking bananas. Everything is gonna come down on our asses. Everything that we're seeing, they putting it for them. They putting it for us to see it. There's never been one time that they've been hiding. Everything they do, they put in our faces, in our faces, in our faces, in our faces. But this time around, they're letting us to feel that we know what they think we never knew. So now they're like, oh, well, they know this, and we're going to let them and keep letting them show this. Everything that we're witnessing is planned out. From the elites, from the Illuminatis, from the pedophiles, from the CIA. Every time we think we found something or we think we're exposing them, they one step ahead from us. I just wanted y'all to know that. Legit, Tick. I want y'all to know that. We're not exposing no one. We're not putting no one out there. We're not doing none of that. The only thing we're doing right now is letting them, they physically are showing. Nah, we not exposing anyone, man. They putting all that shit in our faces for us to feel like we know something, but all they doing is really letting us know what the fuck they up to. They always been a step ahead of us, and everything you fucking see on TikTok from Kanye, from all the elites, from pedophiles, from all this shit is a fucking setup for 2023. Y'all hear me?
Mystical creature Manananggal spotted in the Philippines. A Manananggal is a mythical creature from Philippine folklore who has been sighted. They are referred to as a female witch or monster who has a long tongue and has the ability to detach their lower and upper body. They are said to use their long tongue to creep in windows at night and enter the body via mouth, nose, and ears. The myth states that the creature often looks for pregnant women and their unborn children. Here are some pictures from residents of the Philippines that they claim to be a Manananggal. Tell me what you think in the comments.
And I know I'm not crazy. I know I tell y'all, like, the stuff that be happening to me or whatever. But please tell me that somebody else knows for a fact that Priscilla Presley died in 2016. I swear Priscilla Presley died in 2016. Like, I thought she was one of those 2016 celebrity deaths that we were like, oh my gosh, like that person died. Because, and even yesterday, after I found out that, Lisa Marie Presley died, somebody in the comments was like, oh, now she can be with her dad, her mom, her son, and Michael. And I was like, yeah. But then they're like, oh, her mom made a statement about her death. And I'm like, wait, I swore Priscilla Presley died in 2016. It may be a Mandela effect, or I just may be freaking crazy, but I swear that woman died.
Thoughts on this? Illuminati was my first thought, but I think it symbolizes Ukraine. She wears flag colors covered in blood war.
Finding Nemo's Dark Secret. You know the scene with the sharks where they're having an intervention with Nemo? Fish are friends, not food. But have you ever noticed the baby fish named Blenny underneath the shark's flipper? He was shaking with fear, and some people say it's because he has a fish-eating problem and an addiction, suffering from withdrawal. And here's where it gets interesting. There's a post-credits scene with Blenny swimming around in the dark and eating the light bulb fish. That's right. The baby fish eats the big light bulb fish and swims away from the sharks, who don't follow him because they're afraid. Do you know? The darkest conspiracy theories. The Titanic theory. The theory says that the Titanic never hit an iceberg. The owner of the Titanic, J.P. Morgan, had two ships, the Olympic and the Titanic. And he knew that the Olympic was old and rusty, so he switched the names and the color of the two ships. The theory argues that he wanted to sink the ship because he'd make a lot of money of it. But the theory doesn't stop there. Because do you know who was in the ship? All of J.P. Morgan's business competitors, and none of them survived the trip. But Morgan himself canceled the voyage a few minutes before the journey began.
Oh, you like conspiracy theories? Well, did you know that the umbilical cord doesn't need to be cut at all? That the placenta actually continues to feed the newborn baby with stem cells and consciousness codes that help it to thrive? We are told that this umbilical cord cutting, I mean, they act like that's like needed to get the baby out of the mom. Like, no. It actually lowers immune function, lowers IQ. It's like really bad for us. And then if you're a boy, they cut off some of the skin on your most sacred organ that has nerves that connect you to your most powerful, potent, creative energy. Okay? Like, what?
Would you like me to show them how the sign of the curse works?
Sign of the curse?
Completely different.
How does it go?
This is the sign of the horn. A curse sign, the two fingers extended. This way, spread apart for sort of shotgun blast, you know? The other one's the pox sign, that's three fingers extended.
A pox on you?
A pox on you. During the Middle Ages, this was...
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That symbol that they're all doing, that symbol, he said, was a curse symbol of devils. That's the way they put curses on people. Right? And you've got people at rock concerts, they're all doing it, thinking it's cool. There they are doing these symbols, you see, and this is another symbol.
It's real.
Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to Psychosec. Can I answer any questions? What is it all about? Well, we're a company that produces 100% organic human sleeves. You're probably wondering what's a human sleeve. Well, if you gather around, I can let you know what we do here in full details. So here at Psychosec, we've been able to achieve true immortality by taking your human consciousness and storing it on a device called a cortical stack. It's implanted in the base of your neck, and it collects and stores everything that makes you you. Every memory, every emotion, every sensation, everything you've ever experienced gets stored on this little device. You can see it here on the screen that's about to come up. You guys just follow me. All the information is stored on this device and can be digitally transferred from one sleeve that you currently occupy into the sleeve of your choosing.
Sleeves are basically human bodies we grow in our lab. They're organically real. Bones, tissue, organs, everything. These are the best bodies you'll ever have, period. Nothing can hurt these bodies, but they are human. So if something were to happen to them, you can always change them out for a new one. That's why it says immortality becomes non-existent. Because you can be 50 in one body and change to the next body. You're as young as you feel. If you come this way, David's going to show you some 2018 models that you can choose from.
Well, you can choose which sleeve you desire. Now you can either have the sleeve that you have right now, or we have a selection of wonderful sleeves that we have made through Psychosec, fully genuine and organic produced. Now if you'd like to be taller, shorter, skinnier, if you'd like to have better vision, maybe strengthen your body, you have the choice to choose a man or a woman's sleeve. Now if your sleeve becomes damaged or too old for your liking, simply remove from the cortical stack your DHF, your consciousness, to another, newer sleeve.
Do you know the dark truth that lies behind Barbie? Even though this doll may seem cute and innocent, the reality behind Barbie will shock you for life. In the 1950s, a little girl named Barbara celebrated her 10th birthday with friends and family. Every year, Barbara pleaded with her parents to get her a doll, but their financial struggles prevented them from granting her wish. One day, while opening her father's gift, Barbara discovered a second-hand doll. Though worn, Barbara was still thrilled. Sadly, her friend Sophia didn't share the same enthusiasm and ridiculed Barbara in front of everyone, mocking her for being poor. The other children joined in, and humiliated, Barbara ended the party and spent the day alone in her room. That night, as she was about to sleep, Barbara heard a noise and turned to find the doll standing on her bed. Shocked, she listened as the doll said, "Follow me," and Barbara complied. The doll led her to Sophia's house and whispered vengeful words in her ears, urging her to teach Sophia a lesson. The next morning, Sophia's lifeless body was discovered, and Barbara looked suspicious standing nearby. The police were called, and Barbara was sent to a psychiatric hospital, but the chilling story doesn't end there. Despite all the evidence pointing to her guilt, Barbara insisted it was the doll who possessed her, and she ultimately took her own life. 10 years later, Ruth Handler learned of this tragic tale. Deeply moved, she decided to...
All the rich families, the monarchy, all the presidents, they're all related to these trans-dimensional shape-shifting lizards.
What's your crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy theory?
Okay, here we go. This is complete conspiracy. I don't know what I'm talking about, but what I do find interesting, it's a planet flip 90 degree, and that because of it, the Earth essentially does a standstill. The sun will basically stay in the same spot, causing heating like we've never experienced, and that the wind and the waters continue with their momentum. Because essentially the wind travels at approximately 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. So the theory is that when that event happens, it's going to be cataclysmic. And here's the wild thing is that in that document, it says a continental-sized tsunami being 2 miles high.
2 miles high.
Yes. And I'm like, it would make a lot of sense. Like if you look at the Bible and involving like Revelations and it's saying like
6 days.
6 days on the seventh day,
Yeah.
God rested. In that document, it says 6 days things start simmering down a bit, and by day 7 things are starting over new. If the details discussed in it are accurate, the reason why we're not seeing the evidence of it is because it flips right back and thus masks the evidence that it ever happened.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down.